What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner. I'm touching on a subject, going back to the method I was using for farming all my exalts, with the fragments. So Simon Sogard Hansen, he normally contributes good stuff to it. He brought my attention to the reason why the fragments are so high is because people are farming for Watcher's Eyes. Um, and we've had a little conversation. You guys could go read that. And what I was pointing out to him, he was saying it's a 30% chance for the Watcher's Eye to drop. And he's been selling them for a good price. He sold an UNID'd for 4 Exalted Orbs. So the first thing I want to say is this is a super inflated price for an UNID'd Watcher's Eye. You can go back to older seasons and see what people buy them in bulk, which when you buy in bulk, you spend more. And like 1 to 2 exalts is like what people are usually paying for UNID'd Watcher's Eyes. At 4 exalts, the person buying an UNID'd Watcher's Eye for 4 exalts, they're basically just either A, delusional that they're going to UNID everyone and they're going to make currency, or B, they've been told that's what's going to happen and they're going to wind up having a bad time. Why is that? Because most of the mods, most of the stuff that's going to wind up coming out on Watcher's Eye are going to make the Watcher's Eye crap, useless, worthless. Um, yes, there are some combinations that are going to be super valuable, but this is kind of like taking and doing the ancient orbs for a headhunter. If 1,000 people do it, they spend all their currency, buy ancient orbs. Is there gonna be one dude that's gonna be like, "Sweet, I got a headhunter. I only spent 5 exalts on ancient orbs." Yeah, there's gonna be that guy. Um, but what's gonna happen to most of the people? Most of the people are gonna wind up with nothing, and that's what's gonna happen here. Is most of the people that do this are gonna wind up with nothing. The other thing that I'd like to point out is whoever it is that is telling people to go out and farm Shaper and Guardians late in the season is a complete douchebag. And why are they a douchebag? Because they've waited till Shaper and Elder farming are absolutely horrible for farming currency, and then they're putting out a clickbait video. Go farm this, it's gonna be excellent currency. I don't even know who did the video, but whoever did it is a douchebag. And this happens every season. Every season, these videos come back. They're the exact same ones, and they never release them when they're actually profitable. Because when is it that Shaper and Elder farming is really profitable? Really early in the season. That's when Shaper and Elder farming is really profitable. So the beginning of next season, you want to farm Shaper Elder, go for it. Go for it early. You will make a lot of currency. And why is that? Because all of the drops are valuable. You still have the chance to get that Watcher's Eye. You still have a chance to get all the other stuff. And if that stuff drops, it's at the highest value it will be all season. So, if you want to do that farming, do it smart, and you want to actually make a bunch of currency, do it at the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, you will actually make really good currency if you consistently farm it, because any of those drops are going to be valuable. Like the Dying Sun, it was, at one point like 10, 15 exalts. And what is it now? It's like 40, 50 40, 50 chaos. It's the same thing with all the weapons and all the specific drops. Beginning of the season, that stuff's really valuable, but then people farm it, and there's a bunch of them on the market, and there's like, all the people that have been buying them all season, so the demand's gone down, the supply just keeps going up and up and up. Same thing with the Watcher's Eye. This is the worst time to farm Watcher's Eye because obviously there's someone out there telling a bunch of people, "Go farm Watcher's Eyes. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get one. You're gonna sell it, or you're gonna ID it, and you're gonna make tons of currency." And no, in general, people are going to lose currency. Simon said he's going to do it anyways because what he was saying is a 30% chance for the drop. He was saying that I'm selling them for a little bit over an exalt, which is not true. The minimum amount that I'm selling a set of fragments for, we'll say it's 200 chaos. That is the absolute minimum that I have been selling the cheaper ones, which are the silver ones, for. 200 for 4 of them. So we'll use the absolute minimum, which I've been increasing and increasing my prices. Why? Because if they're selling at this price fast, why am I not going to try for a higher price? which is what I've been doing. And now I'm at a place where the cheapest fragment I'm selling is 50 chaos, and they're still selling. So I might even try to go a little bit higher. Some of them I'm selling for 65. Just this morning, I sold multiple for 65, which means how much is it that I'm actually selling sets of fragments for? A lot more than 200 chaos. But even at 200 chaos, assuming the Watcher's Eye drops 30% of the time, that means every 3.3 continuous times, we'll get one Watcher's Eye. So if I were to just sell those fragments, how much would I make if I was selling them at that minimum of 200? I'd wind up making more currency. Why is that? Because I'd be making an average of 4.4 exalts because, you know, the 3.3 times 200 chaos gives me 660 chaos. At the current market value, that's 4.4 exalted orbs, which that's actually the exchange rate is actually up, um, which means it's less than it was yesterday. It's been the chaos per exalted orb has been going up, so keep that in mind. If it does go back down, because right now the chaos exchange is the highest it's been all season, which is why I won't trade in my all my chaos orbs right now. That's why I've got 4,281 of them. Because do you think it's going to stay at an inflated price? No. And you think I'm going to lose, 5, 10, well, what about like 5 exalted orbs in exchange rate because it's taken a little spike? No, I'll just wait for it to go down. Um, anyways, the point is, on average, I'm going to be making zero point 0.4 exalted orbs more just by selling them than by actually doing them. Can you get lucky and get more than what's expected? Yes, but this is luck. You can also get really unlucky. It's a 30% chance. How do chances work? If there's a 30% chance, I could run it 20 times and not get a single one. So you could wind up going on a bad streak, spending 200 chaos apiece, and run, 10 of them. Now you've spent 2,000 chaos. Now you've spent what 20 plus exalts on fragments, and you don't have a single Watcher's Eye. And all the other drops that are dropping in there are super cheap. There's a couple things that'll make you currency, but those are low drop chances also. A lot of the items that still have value I've seen one time since I've been playing in a drop, and normally not at a time when it was super valuable. um so I told him, if that's what he wants to do, these are the facts. If you want to do it, that's completely fine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you the facts. So you can make an informed decision. Do I want to go for the guaranteed currency or do I want to take a gamble? That's what this is. This is a gamble. At this point in the season, it's a bad gamble. Why is it a bad gamble? Because if I was doing it at the beginning of the season, then I could be like anything drops and I'm going to make currency. The prices for the fragments, this is what's crazy. The prices for the fragments right now are more expensive than they were at the beginning of the season when farming Shaper and Elder were actually profitable. Why is that? Because people didn't release videos saying Shaper and Elder, it's super affordable, gonna be super profitable at the beginning of the season. Why didn't they do that? Because they're douchebags. They ain't trying to help you. They're giving you they're giving you content that ain't helpful when they're giving it to you because they want to do those things when they're actually profitable. And then when they're like, well, it's no longer profitable, guess I'll make some clickbait content and tell people it's super profitable. Which that pisses me off. That's why I get pissed off because I understand these things. They should understand these things because they're playing all the time and they make content. And when do they always happen to release these videos? When they're at the least profitable time to be doing the things. And the smart thing, I mean, I'm benefiting from it. I mean, I'm not going to miss out on guaranteed currency. I'm going to watch the market, and when something becomes profitable, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get my guaranteed currency. If I want to farm Shaper and Elder to make a lot of currency, I would start with a character that can kill Shaper Elder really early, and I would farm it really early and make a bunch of currency. But am I going to spend marked up prices on fragments that make it so that I'm better off just selling the fragments than actually doing the fight? Of course not, because that's investing time to make, on average, less currency. The probability is, if I were to start farming this right now, I'd be making less currency than I would be making selling them and doing something else. So why would I do that? If I'm concerned with currency, I wouldn't. I have no reason to because like I said, I can make more currency farming the fragments, selling them, than I can running the fight and hoping that, I'm getting lucky to make more currency. I can get lucky just running maps, and I'm still getting my guaranteed currency. That's how I make so much currency, is because I'm like, this is guaranteeing me a bunch of currency. And then everything else that drops is just bonus. It's We all get lucky. If you play enough, you get lucky too. You get your exalt drops. You get, I mean, depending on your luck, depends on what you get, but it's RNG. But if I have a guaranteed thing that I can do to guarantee my currency, then everything else that's luck based is just a bonus. It's not I'm not playing to hopefully get lucky to make something. I'm, if I get lucky, making even more than I was already making. The other thing is, for people that are buying a Watcher's Eye at 4 this is something I have to touch on also. If you are farming this and you can get 4 exalts for a Watcher's Eye unID'd, you should absolutely be doing that. And why is that? Because you have such a small chance of, when you ID that Watcher's Eye is going to be worth more than 4 exalted orbs. Why is that? There's a ton of stats on the Watcher's Eye that are just complete crap. You won't even be able to sell the Watcher's Eye. Its value after you ID it most likely will be 0, or maybe like, 50 chaos, 100 chaos, and then you're still hoping that someone wants a shitty Watcher's Eye that's useless. Um, they're basically just, on a lot of them, buying them that cheap just for the 6% HP, mana, and energy shield, which, that's a stupid purchase even, because at this point in the season you can buy a rare one that's, way better. Um, I mean, like, look at this. What am I gonna rather have? I got my 6% life on here, and what else do I have? I got critical strike chance with my elemental skill, 17% critical strike multiplier with my cold skill, this cold elemental build, and 11% to cold and lightning resistance. And I don't know what this is worth now. Yeah, it's like the same price, like 60 to 80 chaos. So like the same price as the shitty Watcher's Eye. This is way better, because what is it I really want on that Watcher's Eye? Between 3 things, I only probably want one. Maybe I want the mana and the percent life. But unless that Watcher's Eye has those other good stats, it's kind of a very mediocre thing to be socketing in, because rare jewels will give me more. Uh, so there are some mods that are valuable. Uh, The really valuable ones are like multiple rare mods being combined together. If you get one really good mod, which on average is not going to happen when you ID it, then you might be able to make a little bit of something. But realistically, there's only a few mods that by themselves are going to profit you more than 4 exalts. And the other thing that you have to understand is what's happening right now. There's a massive influx of what coming into the market. Watcher's Eyes, because everyone's farming them. And there's already been a bunch. Most people already have their Watcher's Eye at this point in the league. So the demand for them was already low, and now the market is going to get flooded with even more of them, which is going to drive the prices down, because we increase supply, and a demand that wasn't even that high at this point is going to get shoved down even more because we're shoving so much in. What's going to happen is a lot of those ones that would have been barely profitable at that range are going to be nowhere near profitable. All the single stat ones are going to get driven way down in price. And then what's going to happen is the only ones that will become profitable are multiple stat ones, which even those are going to get driven down in price because there's going to be more of them on the market. So, what is it a good time to do? In my opinion, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to wait till the market gets flooded even more, and then I'm probably going to pick up, if I need another Watcher's Eye for one of my new builds, I'm probably going to pick up, a Watcher's Eye for way less than it would have been, which advantage me. And how am I going to afford to buy a really nice Watcher's Eye? Well, I'm getting guaranteed currency. I've already made more currency off of selling fragments, farming fragments in a couple days than any Watcher's Eye is going to cost me. Um, so just wanted to share the facts. Um, like I said, if you want to do some gambling and hope you get lucky, get a really good Watcher's Eye to drop, um, that's on you. Just here giving you the facts. It doesn't affect me. You guys gotta understand. I do stuff for fun too. I open all my stack decks. Do I do that because I'm delusional and think, I'm gonna open up. Oh, I already opened all of them. I can't even hold on to them. I like to open them. Do I do stuff that ain't gonna necessarily make me the most profit? Yeah, because it's a game and I have fun doing that. So if you have fun farming Shaper Elder right now, enjoy it. Just don't believe that, I'm gonna make crazy currency guaranteed, because most people are not going to be making crazy currency. In fact, they would be making more currency just selling the fragments. So knowing that, if you want to do it, do it. More power to you. If that's going to be fun for you, maybe a little bit of excitement of, maybe I'll get something really good and I'll get a payday. If that sounds fun to you, do it. Just don't be misled into believing something ain't going to happen, that or most likely won't happen, that someone's telling you will. And honestly, my advice to you is, if you really want to farm Shaper Elder to be really profitable this season, practice the fight. I wouldn't do it right now because obviously the fragments are really expensive. Um, but figure out a cheap build that you can do the fight with, learn the mechanics, and then plan at the beginning of next season to rush to Shaper Elder and actually farm it when it is really good currency. That's what you should be thinking. And now I've told you that. Maybe at the end of this next season, I'll do a video on something for that, for players who actually want to farm Shaper Elder and make a bunch of currency. Because there are players that do that and they make a ton of currency, but once it stops being profitable, they move on to something else. The players that do that, outside of just doing it for fun, they've already stopped doing it because it ain't that profitable. It's basically just hoping that good loot drops, hoping you get lucky, hoping you ID that Watcher's Eye and it happens to be triple best in slot rolled, which, you know, someone farms it all season, they might never see one of those. That's how rare something like that is. And the thing is it has to be for a build that is popular for it to have those big prices. If you wind up getting a really good Watcher's Eye for a build that no one's playing, that Watcher's Eye is going to be worth hardly nothing because there's no demand for it. That's just how it works. And anyways, I hope that this is helpful. I hope this clears things up for you about this. And then, do what you want, but at least now you know the facts. Thanks for watching. Peace.